Finally, I am excited enough to do this. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like, nah. So, yeah, let's go. Hoyoland. It's Friday. You and Artem come to Hoyoland because of a special case. Right now, you are waiting for your client at the gate of the park. Artem, look over there. A giant homo is erected at the gate of the park, looking majestic and lovely. How adorable! Yes. You excitedly pull Artem to your side to admire Homo. But when you turn around, you find him admiring you instead with a smile. You slightly elbow him in embarrassment. Hey, you're missing the point. You both continue to make small talk, and shortly after, a car pulls up. A familiar figure steps out of the car and waves at you. Who is it? And behind her is a good-looking boy. Celestine! Celestine smiles and leads the boy to you. Sorry, there was a bit of a traffic jam. This is the child I told you about before. I'll leave him to your care for the day. Celestine turns to the boy. Felix, this is Mr. Wing and Miss Shiraira. They'll be with you for the day, so be a good boy. The boy named Felix nods to you politely. The reason he was brought here to you goes back to a few days ago. Artem's office. Edward, you receive a message from Celestine asking you to go to Artem's office. When you got there, Celestine is already there with Artem waiting for you. Shara, how's work lately? It's fine. I just closed a small case and haven't started a new one. Do you need me for anything? Yes, you work hard for some time. How about you and Artem take a break? I'll give you 2 a day's leave. Huh? What is it, Celestine? Is there anything you want us to help with? Do you two know Hoyoland? They're now having a family outing event, and the prize is that popular mascot of theirs. I have a friend whose kid is really keen on this prize. But the couple is busy on business trips and can't spare time for the event. They turned to me for help and asked me to take the child to the event. Jeremy's out of town on business, and I've also got a case to work on, so I'd like to ask you two for a favor. Celestine gives Artem a wink. So the child's parents are not around. Well, I'll be happy to help. Then it's settled. And you're not going to ask me? Shara said yes. You got any objections? I'll go set the time with them. You and Artem gets this Friday off with the task of playing a child's parents. Great, he's now in your hands. Felix driver will pick him up in the evening. That will save you the hassle. I still need to go back to the office. Have fun, you three. Celestine leaves Felix to you and bids goodbye. You adjust your jacket and say hello to Felix. Hello, Felix. I'm Shiraira. We're about to enter the park. Is there any particular place you'd like to go? Felix thinks for a moment, then shakes his head. No thanks, I'll go home as soon as I get the prize. He answers briefly and says nothing more. That's unexpectedly polite. While thinking, you subconsciously move a step closer. Seeing this, Felix subtly draws back from you. You are puzzled by the physical distance he's created between you and him. Is there something off with this child? Next act. In spite of this, you still make several attempts to communicate with Felix. However, there's an ice cream stall over there. Since the weather's hot, would you like to have one to beat the heat? No, I'm fine, thank you. Felix avoids your gaze after he replies. Is there anything you can't play? Are you afraid of heights? No. As if to save you the trouble, he asks, I'm okay with everything. Thank you, Miss Herrera. After a few rounds of conversation, you notice that even though Felix is polite when responding to you, there is an obvious lack of enthusiasm in him with all his brief answers. You feel a bit embarrassed and frustrated as you look to Artem for help. Artem meets your eye and gives you a comforting smile. He closes the park's pamphlet he was reading. I just confirmed the way to win the prize for the family outing event, and there is a route we can take. Artem starts explaining briefly what's in the pamphlet. To get the prize, we need to complete the tasks specified in the event rules step by step. There are 3 steps in total. First, go to this Hummus Cafe and get the task item. Artem taps the marked cafe on the map, then slides his finger to the next marked location. Second, go to the Challenges Plaza with the items and find the staff in charge of the family outing event. The staff member will take the participants to a special venue for the challenge, and winners will be able to get the final prize. Doesn't it sound like those task completing mission in games? Precisely, this game model is quite popular lately among young people and children. The park is probably using it to attract more participants. I'm really glad that you're here. You've even done your research. Well, family outing is a very important event to me, so I've made preparations for it. Artem looked particularly gentle when he utters the word family outing. Before coming here, I went through the event info on the website and straightened out the route to take. But I believe I'm not the one with the best knowledge here. Is there anything I may have misread about the rules? Artem turns to Philip for confirmation. Artem looks startled, as if not expecting Artem to seek his opinion. He shakes his head. You inadvertently recall something Felix did which you initially didn't pay much attention to. Felix was staring at Artem midway through his explanation of the rules. It was a sort of surprised look, as if he hadn't expected Artem to be well prepared for this event. At this moment, Felix has a look of curiosity and incomprehension on his face. Artem looks at him and asks gently, Felix, when you said there was no particular place you like to go, were you afraid of troubling us? So Artem had been listening to us while he was reading the rules? Felix's eyes widened in surprise, as if admitting Artem was right. The family outing tasks cover both dining and playing areas. I think the organizer wants the participants to have fun and enjoy the family outing. We don't think it's a bother, and we also want you to have fun. You don't have to be shy with us. Felix looks down as if he is thinking about Artem's word. After a while, he suddenly looks up at Artem. His eyes sparkle with happiness. Let's go to the cafe now, shall we? Felix nods. In just a few sentences, Artem has convinced the kid. How did Artem become so good with kids? But now that Felix is willing to listen to Artem, things will also be easier for us. With this thought, you pick up your pace and catch up to Artem. Hummus Cafe. Soon you arrive at the door of the designated cafe. The cafe is bustling with tourists and there are theme painting and signs indoors and outdoors. Many tourists are entering and exiting the cafe with homo headbands on their heads and big smiles on their faces. You glance at Artem, who looks thoughtfully as his attention is drawn to the tourists. You are just about to ask when he withdraws his gaze, pushes open the door and holds it for you. Upon entering the cafe, you decide to head straight to the reception and get the task item as Artem mentioned. Unexpectedly, Felix speaks up. Wait a second. Can I go by myself? Huh? What's with this sudden request from Felix? Yeah, don't ask Felix why. It's his first time asking for something, so you're afraid that you'll discourage him if you reject his request. Sure you can. Go ahead, we'll sit here and order a drink while we wait for you. Felix nods. You wave at him with a smile and watch him leave. When he turns and walks away, you slump your shoulder and exhale in frustration. What's wrong? Maybe I am overthinking it, but I kind of feel that Felix doesn't want to talk to me. Although I'm just his temporary guardian, but we shouldn't be that distant. Is it because he doesn't like me? Don't brood over it. But what exactly is it? Did I say something wrong? In my opinion, he may have chosen not to explain out of worry. Worry? Well, perhaps in his mind, adults like you and I don't always understand the fun in such amusement park. And sometimes not everyone can accommodate things they don't understand. So Felix may be worried that we might hold prejudice against or misunderstand what he likes. Why would he worry about us? You suddenly pause and realize something. How a child is presupposed to the attitudes of others is usually based on the attitudes of their parents. Felix could have subconsciously made a judgment, but that doesn't mean he resists us. Is that really so? Yes, and you can see it for yourself. You follow Artem's gesture and look back to the reception where Felix is talking to a staff member. When the staff member looks your way, Artem waves at Felix and you do the same. What's that? He was telling the staff about us, which proves that he doesn't resist us. How did you know that? By lip reading. Lip reading? What did he say? He said, my dad and mom are over there. You are taken aback. A flush quickly spreads over your face. The thought of you and Artem being a young couple in the staff eyes causes your cheeks to burn. Artem, who only just realized what he had said, begins to flicker his eyes. His face is bit red. As the embarrassment starts to set in, you try to change the subject. Sorry. It's a good thing you're here, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to understand what Felix was thinking, and I might have actually thought he didn't like me. We both met Felix at the same time, but how did you get to know him so thoroughly? I guess it's because I do empathize with him sometimes. Next act. I guess it's because I do empathize with him sometimes. Empathize with him. Perhaps Artem had spurted that out without thinking, but it sparks your curiosity. Why would Artem understand a child's feelings so well? Could it be? A memory flashes through your mind. There was one time when you and Artem went to an amusement park and he confided to you something about his childhood. You remember him saying that he and Professor Hume didn't finish a tour around the amusement park because of an incident. Small things like this always turn into childhood regrets. So is it because Artem also had a similar experience in childhood and that's why he can understand Felix now? You look at Artem with a mixed feeling in your heart. You want to confirm with him, but you also fear getting a positive answer. Yeah, ask. Artem, can I ask you a question? After much hesitation, you decide to speak with what's on your mind. You understand Felix so well. I wonder, is it because you were in a similar situation as a child? Hence, you're able to understand his feeling much better than me? Artem looks slightly surprised, then gives a nod. I can't say I was in a similar situation. I just empathize with him sometimes, which is make it easier for me to notice those tiny details. Artem casts a thoughtful look at Felix, who is in the front of the reception. We can take a group photo here later when we are dining in here. Sounds like a plan. Wait, why did he bring that up all of a sudden? Was he done answering my question just now? You recollect yourself and are about to shoot more questions when Felix returns with the staff member. Sorry for keeping you waiting. This is your family outing set meal. The staff member serves you 2 cups of steaming hot coffee and the dessert before handing Artem a bag of items. Thanks. Artem takes out the items in the bag. He instantly looks unbelievable. There are 3 yellow homo headbands in his hand. Are these the task item? No wonder those people are. That's cute. I'm glad you like them. These are our mascot Homo's ear. Homo is our titular shop manager. Guests are free to take pictures with the plushies, but just remember to put him back in place after use. According to the rules of the event, all family members should put on Homo's ear before funding our event NPC. Put on the ears. Will they fit Artem? Artem seems to know what's on your mind. He hands you a headband and smiles knowingly. If you're that curious about it, why not put it on for me? You search for an angle and slowly place the headband on Artem's head. At this moment, your face is quickly drawn close to Artem with his charming face only a few inches away, you can't help but hold your breath. Well, is this position okay for you? Or am I too tall? It's fine. You're used to looking up at Artem, and seeing him lean down like this gives you a tingle of excitement. Now that Artem's physical appearance is in your hands, he does look like an obedient kid. You're wandering off. Ah, Artem seems amused by your reaction and gives a little chuckle. What were you thinking? I was thinking that you look quite different now, so I can't stop looking at you. You can look as much as you want. Sorry! Oh my god! He's shy! Artem! Artem freezes slightly and his cheeks turn red. But do I look strange in it? Of course not. It looks great, don't you? You look completely different from the Mr. Wing I used to sing. As long as you like it. Artem lowers his slender eyes. The golden sunlight pours on his hair, making his hair seem warm and dazzling. Somehow, this scene reminds you of a saying. Artem, I suddenly thought of an adage. What is it? They say a girl should always cherish a man who lets her dress him up. Now I think that's very true. Artem, I cherish you. You are my treasure. Artem looks at you in surprise, but soon his surprise is replaced by a smile. It's the same for me. Shirara, you're my treasure too. Oh my god. After which, you put on the headband yourself and have Phyllis put it on her as well. After the three of you are done putting on the headbands, Artem suddenly throws a suggestion. Since we all here, why don't we take a group photo? There's a photo wall over there. We can take a family photo as a souvenir of our visit. Oh right, I mentioned this earlier. Felix looks back and his eyes light up as he hears the words family photo. Mr. Artem Wing, are you going to wear this for the group photo? Is there a problem? No, let's take Homo too. Felix stands in the middle with the Homo plushie in his hands, flanked by you and Artem. With the help of the staff member, you managed to obtain a few Polaroid family photos within minutes. We'll take one each. The extra ones go to the photo wall. You're about to paste the Polaroid photo on the wall when you suddenly notice that Felix in the photo looked the same as other kids in the family portrait. He is also standing between his parents with the content smile on his face. I think it's the first time I've seen Felix smile. You subconsciously look at Artem, feeling thankful for his suggestion. Artem, it's a good thing you suggested taking family photos. Sorry, how did you think of that at the time? Artem smiles and starts explaining. When Felix was at the reception, I saw him facing the photo wall from time to time. He couldn't restrain himself from looking at the photo wall, but his body language couldn't lie. Although he isn't a verbal person, language isn't necessarily verbal. It's not difficult to read his mind as long as you observe him closely. Impressive, Artem. It's nothing. You glance at Felix, who is still wearing a smile on his face. I think it's really sweet of you to care for Felix in such a meticulous manner. Providing care with correct attention is probably what touches a child's heart. After a moment of surprise, Artem's lip curled into a smile, which makes him look alluring in the morning sunshine. Come on, time to go to the next stop. Next side. Challenges Plaza. 20 minutes later, you finally arrive at the Challenges Plaza. The Challenges Plaza is split into two areas, the inner plaza and outer plaza, which is the former is used for completing challenges and the latter is an open air area and has a long queue at this time. The NPC at the end of the queue is a round-shaped homo. It's been 10 minutes but we barely move. For some reason, your queue is moving rather slowly. After a while, you hear Felix hesitantly speak up. It may take long. Homo is the star of the park. Besides challengers like us, there are also people coming here especially to see him. Many think the Homo in the Challenges Plaza is the real life Homo. After saying that, he becomes the quiet boy he's been again. Artem, who seems to be observing him from the sideline, suddenly asks, "What about you?" Felix lowered his head and remained silent, as if trying to avoid answering the question. "You also like Homo a lot, don't you?" Following Artem's question, you notice Felix is subconsciously looking at Homo. Suddenly, it dawns on you what Artem meant by language isn't necessarily verbal. Due to long-term avoidance of verbal expression, Felix tends to project his thought in his expression and his body language. You can just see it. But that the adults don't like it. So I'll just keep it to myself. Maybe you can try telling us first. After a while, Felix looks up and meets Artem's assuring gaze, which eventually makes him lower his guard. "I do like Homo. Seeing Homo makes me very happy. It would be nice if I could hug him." He said this word in a slow, stuttering manner. Artem nods earnestly and looks at Felix with his exceptionally gentle and convincing eyes. "Okay, I'll keep that in mind." After a long queue, you finally stand in front of Homo. Homo looks you over, then waves and circles cheerfully. Homo has confirmed the item you're carrying. You're going to meet the final challenge of the family outing event. What is the challenge? The challenge will be chosen by the child for the parents. Several options will be provided and the child will choose which one they want their parents to attempt. Only when the parents complete the challenge will the family be able to take the prize home. The staff member takes out a tablet and places it in front of Felix, which lists several options of the challenge. Felix looks torn but finally makes his choice. "Are you sure of your choice, kid?" Felix looks to you flustered, then he gives a nod. "This should be an easy one." The staff member then announced the challenge to you. "Okay, you've chosen to challenge the devil Homo." Devil Homo? Simply put, this is a player versus AI fighting game. The parents will team up to defeat AI Devil Homo. A fighting game? You subconsciously look at Artem. Do you know how to play this kind of game? Artem looks a bit solemn, and you can guess the answer from his expression. The staff member has obviously seen parents in your situation before and proceeds without much explanation. Well then, please follow me to the challenge venue. Under the staff member's guide, you get your controllers and begin your challenge. You thought of the possibility that Arthur might be unfamiliar with this kind of game, but you really didn't expect. He's bad. When game over shows on the screen for the fourth time, you're at a loss for words. Actually, Arthur has learned fast how to manipulate his character after the challenge starts. But Devil Homo seems to have pretty high health and damage resistance value. So you ended up with game over every time before Devil Homo even lost half of its HP. Are these settings serious? Artem lets out a sigh, much to his own chagrin. It's okay, let's try again. Maybe there's something wrong with our attack strategy. Let's try a new one. No, that's not the problem. Before he could finish, Felix, who has been watching on the sidelines, suddenly taps at the corner of his clothes. Mr. Wing, that's enough. I don't want the prize anymore. I thought this was the easiest challenge of all. Sorry for the trouble. His voice drops to a murmur. His head hangs low. It is difficult for you and Artem to see his expression at this time. Artem bends down and gently pats his head. Look at me, Felix. He lifts his head and looks at Artem blankly. First, this isn't your fault, and we're happy that you've thought of us so much. That's right, Felix. You've been doing great. As to the prize, remember what I told you before. We want you to have fun too. So, could you trust me and Miss Herrera? We will definitely win it for you. Okay. Artem, let's... One moment. Artem stands up and revisits the character selection page. He spends some time reading the character info before he finally chooses a muscular character that swings a big sword. I'm ready. You and Artem restart the game. Devil Homo makes his appearance again amid the loud music. You're just about to charge at the boss when you glimpse Artem's male character putting away his big sword and pulling out a pistol instead. He points the gun at Devil Homo and fires several quick shots. The bullets fly through the air and hit the head of the Devil Homo, which is its weak point. This causes HP to drop by a third in an instant. So you picked this character because... I've read the character info. He looks very much like a marksman. Playing to your strengths makes a good strategy. Well... Come on, time's ticking. With the aid of Artem's marksman, both of you fight your way to Devil Homo. After several bursts of special attacks, his HP gradually drops to 0. Then, with a flash of light, Devil Homu stopped attacking. The game screen freezes and Good Game emerged to declare your victory. Congratulations! You have defeated the Devil Homu. Next ad. Seriously, I mean, like, it's good that they can try several times until like either they give up or they win. Yeah, I mean, like, it's good. I mean, like, it's just a family event, so I think it's good. Not like just you try once, either you win or lose. That's it. Okay. The staff member leads Homu to you to award the prize. You and Artem take the prize. Just as Homu is about to turn and leave, Artem suddenly stops him. Please wait a minute. My child has a wish. He's obviously started at my child and even cleared his throat in embarrassment. However, he finishes his sentence in a calm and firm tone. Could you give him a hug? Homu turns around, cocks his head, and opens his round arms wide to the boy who has been looking at it with longing eyes. Felix has a look of great surprise on his face, as if he couldn't believe that Artem really took his words to heart. It's only when he falls into the soft embrace of Homu that he's certain he's got what he wanted. Inside Highland. After that, the three of you get out of the crowd. Felix takes a call and a look of sadness appears on his face after he hangs up. My driver is coming to pick me up soon. He looks like he wants to say goodbye, but is hesitant to do so. He is rooted to the spot and his hands are clenched at his side. I don't want to go. I want to stay with you guys. Artem comes to him and asks him in a calm and gentle tone. Why so? Because you'll stay with me, care for me, and listen to me. Oh my god, this is heartbreaking actually. I mean, my dad and mom, they won't, and they're always far away. I do like them, but more often than not, I am either fearful of them or missing their presence. Artem reaches out and strokes his hair as if to encourage him. You're finally speaking your mind. A honk can be heard from a distance. It's Felix's driver who is slowly driving towards your direction. Felix looks down and remains motionless. He then asks in a low, muffled voice, could we make this trip again next time or sometime in the future? Of course, but we're not the one you really need. Maybe there's someone else you would like to say those words to? You should tell them how you've been feeling and thinking all this time. Artem stares at him. For some reason, a hint of sadness flashes through his eyes. It is just for a split second, but you manage to notice it. Under Artem's gaze, Felix lifts his head with teary eyes and nods. He waves at you and Artem before walking towards the approaching car. The car gradually disappears from your sight. However, you are still worried as you watch Artem's back. There seemed to be something off when Artem spoke of Felix. You recall what Artem said in the cafe. Sometimes he empathized with Felix. Were those words solely for Felix alone? Did he also think about his own childhood regret and feel upset about it? Are you okay? Is something on your mind? You open your mouth but don't know where to start. I asked before if you had a similar childhood to Felix. Yeah, and I was wondering why you asked that all of a sudden. Do you remember the time we went to the haunted house together? I didn't think you would remember. You solemnly nod. You want to let him know that you vividly remember his words. So, did you have a childhood similar to Felix's? Artem looks deep into your eyes. His serious expression says you're not overthinking it. Don't worry, although my parents weren't always around when I was a kid, but I wasn't in the same situation as Felix. I still had Professor Hume around, and my relationship with my parents wasn't that awkward. I never had to keep things to myself since they were good listeners. Then why would you? Artem sighed softly with a resigned and regretful look. Because occasionally I do have regrets. Regrets? Well, even I also wanted to grow up like normal kids. I wanted to spend some quality time with my parents. I wanted to do things I enjoy, tell them about things I like, and even laugh carefreely like a kid. But I knew that wouldn't work because they had very important things to do. So you sometimes choose to hide what was on your mind like Felix? Yes. But this only occurred to me once in a blue moon, so it didn't really matter. I wish you had told me this earlier. I didn't have a chance before. Before we made it official, I wasn't in the right position to open up to you about my past. It's okay. You cup his face in your hands. With your eyes on each other, you speak in an assured voice. Since you regret not spending quality time with your family as a kid, why don't we make it up today? I am also an important family member to you, right? Of course. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go and have some quality fun. Next, sorry, I just want to, the last. You spend time with Artem around the park for the rest of the day, with the goal of making up for his childhood regret. In order to let these happy moments last as long as possible, you take snapshots and videos of you two at every attraction spot. Teacup bumper car. Artem, come on, imagine you're driving an off-roader. Bumper cars are only fun when you bump into another car. Hey, watch your back. Don't look at me all the time. Go and hit other cars too. Artem drove his car, blocking another driver's attack against you, only to be hit hard by your car. It's time you learn something about sneak attack. Good, I'm getting serious now. You take a snapshot, capturing the relaxed smile on his face when he sees that. Log fume. Artem, shut your lungs out when our boat approaching the finish line. There'll be huge splashes. It'll like crossing a waterfall. Chatting at that point can be relaxing. Before you can finish, your boat swoops down from the top of the hill. Woohoo! Woo! The splashes drown both of your voices, and the strong currents send you swiftly to the finish line. You turn, you turn to look at Artem and capture his look of relief after the ride. Artificial bay. Finally, you arrive at an artificial water bay where you find a tandem paddle boat on the shore. There are so many people here. Sitting in the paddle boat, you look around and sigh. This is probably a perfect getting place in the park. You notice that the water is dotted with boats for couple. If you don't like it crowded, we can paddle further and find a place where there is no one around. It's okay, I like the lively vibe. This is what a park should look like. By the way, I took a lot of nice photos in the park. Wanna take a look? You come closer to Artem. His breath becomes audible in the small cabin of the paddle boat. I didn't realize we had so many rides. Look at the number of photos we took. Here, take a look. Artem leans in close to you. His body almost presses against you. With that, you can now lie cozily in his arms, and Artem watches you swipe through the photos one by one. Let's look at the photos together. You are unique in these photos. Do you mean my facial expressions are uniquely awful? I mean, you were so immersed in the rides that you got me interested as well. The photos do say it all. Artem was wearing an increasingly relaxed expression. It was as if he had lifted his burden off and become utterly relaxed at those moments. Great, so we did make up for one of your childhood regrets at least. Shara, you don't have to do all of this for me. I actually had a happy childhood. Sure you did, but that doesn't mean you have no regrets left. Besides you're aware of the words Artem didn't finish at the time. A precocious child chose to hide his true thoughts because he knew he might bother his parents. Perhaps he was happy as a child, but there has to be someone that listens to his unspoken thoughts and makes up for his unfulfilled wishes. There's one more thing you want to let him know. You did really great as a child, so please enjoy what you have now as an adult. Artem is stunned by your words, but soon you hear his voice ringing in your ear. Thank you. He leans even closer to you. His breath tickles your neck as he speaks. Shara, I think I should take back what I said about regrets. Why? Because what I wanted most is in already this photo. When I was a child, I heard people say amusement parks are magical. But now, I think the right way to put it would be, to me, you are what truly magical. I'm very glad to have met you. Artem tightened his arm around you as if to express how much he holds you dear. Your heart is touched by his words, and tears well up in your eyes. Then you hear yourself say, Me too, I'm very happy to have met you, Artem. From now on, I will always be right by your side. Artificially. This is a promise for a lifetime. The setting sun casts its glow across Artem's face, adding a warm hue to his azure eyes. The scenery is beautiful. Both of you lean against each other and freeze this moment with your camera. Uh, right, so let's get those ass chips. There's an international award-winning co-op game releasing online the day after tomorrow. A co-op game? Do you mean it requires two players? Yep. Do you have experience in co-op games? Can you give it a try? I'm not a gamer, so I may not understand how it works, but I wish to try with you. Maybe you can teach me when the time comes. Actually, Actually, I'm not that familiar with it too. Luckily, there's a guide for this game available online. We can learn and explore at the same time. Sure, let's take this as an opportunity to try new stuff. I believe that as long as we use our usual collaborative method and tacit understanding, we will be able to conquer the game. Me too, I can't wait to try it. It only out the day after tomorrow. Why can't it be released tonight or tomorrow? Why not tonight? Because you need to rest early. Why not tomorrow? Because tomorrow is the day after tomorrow. Oh, mighty Mr. Bean, your lame jokes can be cruel at times. There are no limits to learning. It seems like there's still a lot of for me to learn. Alright, wait, where can I download this game? I should install it in advance. I'll send you the URL later. Okay. I look forward to the day when we can try this co-op game together. Are you free this weekend? There is a new highly rated Chinese restaurant. Do you want to go together? Sure, I'm free this weekend. Can we meet in the afternoon instead? Do you have something on in the morning? If it's something urgent, then it's okay. We can always go next time. It's nothing urgent, but it does take up some time. Because I plan to do a thorough cleaning over the weekend. Maybe sort out the old and unused items too. A thorough cleaning? If you plan to do if you plan to do it all in one go, it will be tiring and time consuming. Perhaps I can help. Come to think of it, I do need your help. I do have a few large items that I need to discard, but it's impossible on my own. If you can lend a hand, that will be great. Sure, just leave the large item to me. What will be a good time for you? Anytime. It's impossible for me to sleep in if I want to clean the house. I may as well wake up early. You should sleep in now that you have an extra hand. We should be able to finish it in no time. You've been busy these days. You should deserve a break. If you say so, then I'll wake up at 10 a.m. You can come over at any time after 10:30 a.m. Okay, I will give you a call before that. Is there anything that I haven't read? Animals and plants, sorry. Do go. I don't remember this, but whatever. I mean, I don't remember where can I get those two bones something like. Okay.